Today, we're diving into something really fascinating, a manifesto called the Refractive Constitution. It puts forward a whole new way of looking at human rights, and it all starts with a symbol you definitely think you know. So, let's get right into it. We see this symbol everywhere, right? And usually we see it as a flag, a badge of identity for one specific community. But the material we're looking at today asks a pretty radical question. What if that's a huge misunderstanding? What if the rainbow's real meaning isn't about one group at all, but about, well, everyone? And there it is. That's the core idea. Not a constitution like a legal document you'd find in a government building, but a philosophical one. A visual guide for human dignity that's meant for all of us, automatically. And what's so cool about this is that the source argues this isn't some new age idea. It's actually an ancient one being reclaimed. For thousands of years, the rainbow was this universal symbol of natural law, of hope. This framework is trying to pull it out of the special interest category and put it right back in the center of the conversation about what it even means to be human. Okay, so if this is a constitution, what are its articles? What are the rules? Well, the philosophy lays it out beautifully. Each of the 6 colors represents a core human right, and they're arranged in a very specific order, each one building on the last. So this is called the hexromatic hierarchy, and you can almost think of it like a ladder of human needs. It all has to start with red, the right to life. That's the bedrock, right? If you don't have that, nothing else matters. From there, you climb to orange, the right to heal, because just surviving isn't enough. Then comes yellow, the right to be seen, to live out in the open, in the truth. Green is our connection to nature, our right to growth. Blue represents our right to live in harmony with others, without having our own identity erased in the process. And then at the very top, you have violet, the right to your own unique spirit, that inner core of you that doesn't need anyone else's permission to exist. It's just this incredible journey from basic survival all the way to real fulfillment. So that's a really beautiful philosophy. But this is where the whole argument takes a wild turn. The author claims this isn't just a nice idea. This entire constitution is actually backed up by the real world in a way you would never expect. Yup, you heard that right. The argument is that the entire model we just walked through, this whole hierarchy of rights, isn't just some clever thought experiment. It's actually grounded in the fundamental laws of optical physics. And it all comes down to this number, 42 degrees. What on earth could that possibly have to do with human rights? Okay, here's the science lesson, and it's awesome. A rainbow is not a thing. It's not an object floating out there in the sky that you can fly to. It's an optical phenomenon. It's a special relationship that only exists between the sun, water droplets, and you, the observer. For you to actually see a rainbow, the light has to hit those raindrops and bounce back to your eye at a super precise angle, 42 degrees. And this is the mic drop moment of the whole argument. Just think about what this means. If you and I are standing right next to each other, looking at the same sky, we physically cannot see the same rainbow. The rainbow you see is created just for you at your exact coordinate in space. The one I see is just for me. This means our unique perspectives aren't a problem for seeing the world. Physics literally proves they are a requirement. Individuality isn't just tolerated, it's essential for the whole beautiful thing to even appear. So, if that's a law of physics, what does it mean for how we build a society? Let's take this incredible physical metaphor and use it to tackle one of the oldest and frankly most toxic debates about civil rights. For way too long, we've been stuck in what the source calls the scarcity mindset. It's this idea that rights are like a finite pie. You've heard it, right? If one group gets a bigger slice, that must mean someone else's slice gets smaller. It turns everything into a zero-sum fight. But the refractive light model just shatters that entire idea. Light isn't a pie. Me seeing my rainbow doesn't use up the light. The light is infinite and available for everyone. And that is such a crucial shift in thinking. Extending rights to a group that's been denied them doesn't take anything away from anybody else. All it does is allow more people to get into the right position to see the light that was already there for them the whole time. It's not about re-slicing a pie. It's about letting more people witness a universal truth. This brings us to the final and I think maybe the most important part of this whole framework. Because this isn't just a cool way to think about the world, it's a call to action. It comes with a huge ethical responsibility for every single one of us. So let's go back to the physics one last time. If no one is standing at that perfect 42-degree angle, if there's no eye there to receive the light, does the rainbow really exist? In a tangible, phenomenal way, the answer is no. The potential is there, in the sunlight and the rain, but without a witness, it never becomes real. And that is the most perfect metaphor for human rights. Laws, declarations, all those documents, they're like the sun and the rain. The potential for justice is there, but on their own, they're just not enough. This is the ethical command at the heart of the Refractive Constitution. A right written on a piece of paper is just an idea. Dignity is just a concept. It only, and I mean only, becomes real when we, as fellow human beings, actively see it and affirm it in each other.
This idea is called active witnessing. It means justice isn't something we just inherit. It's something we have to do, every day. Safety isn't just a feeling. It's an action we take to protect each other. The source argues that our most fundamental duty as people in a society is to help manifest the rainbow for one another, to make sure everyone's dignity is made real because we choose to see it. And that's the final, powerful idea. This isn't about special treatment for anyone. It's about understanding that the whole beautiful spectrum of humanity only comes into view when we make it our mission to witness and validate the unique, irreplaceable light inside every single person.